Built in 1930, Deadwood's Adams Museum is the oldest of its kind in the Black Hills. On this night before Halloween, KELOLAND's Sydney Thorson gives us an inside look at the museum and takes us inside the house of the Adams family.
The Adams house was built in 1892. W.E. Adams bought it for his family around 1920. 5 years later, Adams lost his first wife, their daughter, and granddaughter, all within 48 hours.
This is W.E. Adams' library, where he recorded the deaths of his family members in 1925. This is also said to be one of the most paranormally active rooms in the entire house.
Deadwood is known to be more of a haunted town. There's a lot of evidence that proves that throughout the town. The Adams house and some other locations as well.
Paranormal investigators often visit the Adams house.
2 years ago, I was in a room with one of the investigators, Mo Miller, and he asked me a question, so I stepped out into the hall. So I had walked away, and we were in the master bedroom on the second floor. And an EVP showed up that said, "Where is Rose going?" And it was an old lady's voice. There was no older woman in the investigation with us.
Spears says that the paranormal equipment goes crazy when the story is told of W.E. Adams losing his family.
A terrific loss, better than a soap opera. It was the real deal. And so Mr. Adams, at the urging of his second wife, built this museum in honor of them.
W.E. Adams was mayor of Deadwood for 6 years. Because of the love he had for his family and the city, he built the museum in 1930 during the Great Depression.
I think he knew, like a lot of people did, that Deadwood had a really good story. It was the last big gold rush in the 48 states, and I think they must have known that this was worth telling.
While the Adams house is known for its ghosts, the Adams Museum has some signature exhibits of its own. Some have been around since the museum opened, such as the Gold Nugget, the Two-Headed Calf, and the 1879 train. Other exhibits are interactive.
My view is that that's a way to sneak into the imagination of people. People can read, but when they actually touch and do something, there's another communication going on.
We're the oldest history museum in the Black Hills, and we have 3 floors of exhibits that people can explore that tell everything from the beginnings of the gold rush up into the gaming when it came into being in the 1980s. And so it's full of all kinds of information for people to know about Deadwood and its history.
The city of Deadwood is on the National Register of Historic Places. Weber says that's why it's so important to preserve the Old West town and interpret it as best they can.
Deadwood's history is really emblematic of the human experience and the human condition. It's full of all kinds of happiness and tragedies and triumphs and love and loss, and it's just got all kinds of twists and turns and surprises around every corner of its history. It's really exciting.
This is why people come to Deadwood. The history is paramount, and without it, we have a lot of great things, but the history is the part that makes it really special, very unique.
You may have heard about Wild Bill Hickok or Calamity Jane, and maybe this is the first you've heard of Mr. Adams.
W.E. Adams is in the forefront to all of us in Deadwood, but maybe not as well known throughout the state or throughout the country. And he was equally as important and more important than Wild Bill Hickok or Calamity Jane.
So next time you visit Deadwood, be sure to visit the Adams Museum and the Adams House, if you dare. With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Sydney Thorson.
The Adams House and Adams Museum are funded by the Deadwood Historic Preservation Commission and Adams Mastrovich Family Foundation.